Welcome back to Funjible Games, your go-to destination for all things Web3 crypto gaming. Now, in today's video, we have a special one for you because we're going to be talking about the 5 hidden gems on Solana. What's up, gamers? My name's Mike and I'm your host here at Funjible Games. Now, on this special top 5 Solana video, we are covering some games that you probably haven't heard of, as well as some more old, maybe dinosaur ones that are finally coming back because we recently talked to the game founder and we know that they have some big things coming. So there's some big news coming up for this one. But our first story we want to talk about is a game that we covered last year that is growing strong now from the NFT side, as well as the amazing gameplay and potential game token, and that is Nyan Heroes. Nyan Heroes is a game packed with crazy cat fun, but it's not about being cute. These are intense team v team mech battles. Nyan Heroes is a fun third-person shooter game where you control big robot suits called Guardian Mechs, which are piloted by brave cat characters engaging in both PvE and PvP combat scenarios. Now, the game itself takes place in the fictional world of Eden, and within their token economy, they have two. They have Catnip, which is their in-game, as well as their blockchain currency, the Nyan token, and you can actually convert the Catnip token into the Nyan token itself. In the game, you'll be able to choose from different character options like Ghost, Atlas, or Spartan. And from there, you choose your weapon and jump into the lobby. Each match lasts around 15 to 20 minutes, and in that time, you have some incredible game dynamics. This isn't just a quick Web3 shooter game thrown together. You can run on walls, you have special abilities that you can unleash, whether it be shields or turrets or things like that. And overall, it's such a fun gaming experience. And you're running around in this mech, you might kind of think of it as like a Call of Duty type vibe with more battle mechanics. But then one cool thing about it is when you get shot, instead of just dying instantly, you can actually jump around and your cat comes back out of the mech and you have to run around as this little cat as all the other mech suits are chasing you, and then survive long enough to be able to get back into that mech body. So not only is it a really cool and fun different take of a shooter game, there's also some major potential for that token as well. Now, one thing that's really important to consider when you're focusing on a token or a game itself is on the longevity of the project. And we're happy to report that they have raised over $13 million from 24 investing partners. So this just isn't a random idea from someone's basement. This one is heavily backed, so the future should be very well supported. And just to show some pull this game already has, in the first pre-alpha demo, Nyan Heroes appeared in the top 5 most wishlist games and top 30 most played games on the Epic Games Store. And just in these pre-alpha phases, the game has already been downloaded over 200,000 times and has almost 400,000 hours played. Now, next up, we're going to be shifting gears into a game that probably most of you have not heard of, and that is Honeyland. If you've been searching through the gaming charts, you may have seen this one because it recently had a big token surge, and there's good reason for it. Honeyland is a fun and free-to-play strategy game where players manage a colony of bees, harvest resources, and explore different universes in search of a new home. The game begins with you controlling a Gen Z queen bee and her swarm, and from there, your goal is to get these bees working together to grow your hive and harvest honey. The core gameplay revolves around harvesting honey, and there are hives all around the map. So as your bees are going around to the different areas or land on the map, you have the opportunity to play different mini games like Bumble Bash, Word Puzzle, and Pollen Pop. And then once your bees return, you'll be able to collect that HDX reward. And they also have hunting missions where your bees can go explore around, try and find honey pots where you can gain shards. And what's cool about this is just the very beginning stage. Soon they're going to be adding a PvP element where you can actually go and raid other people's hives. How cool does that sound? Now, moving on, we have a game where we've been in talks with the founder for a couple years, even doing some interviews for him on Funjible Games where we drop some Easter eggs there. But this entire time for these past few years, he's been talking about what to expect from Q4 of this year, as well as Q1 next year, and we're finally here, and this game is Decimated. Decimated is a post-apocalypse survival, competition, and cooperation game where you've got sides, human citizens, and cyborg cops keeping the peace. Now, the devs are currently prepared for their open alpha release coming in mid-December, and you'll be able to play that from the Epic Games Store. But now's the time where you can check out their platform. They offer things like staking if you hold NFTs. There's going to be future benefits if you're holding NFTs. But not only does this game look really cool as a post-apocalyptic survival shooter, it also has potentially huge token potential. This is one of the few games, other than perhaps Star Atlas, that has been around since 2021. The team at Fracture Labs have been building since 2017 and have been involved in the blockchain gaming space since before it was popular. And now the game is finally ready for this open alpha phase. I've been waiting on the sidelines for 4 years for this, so it is super exciting to see that happen. And of course, we can't tell the future, but if you're into watching people like Alex Becker, Elio Trades, and stuff like that in the gaming community, they're looking for gems that are closer to being fully diluted on the token side, and Decimated is already half there, when most games coming out are only around 5% diluted, so there's some huge potential. And given that this market cap is only around a 6 million, just above their bear market price when other games in this space go to hundreds of millions, there is some massive potential for this one. But now back to the exciting game itself. It's got two modes, PvE and PvP, where you're navigating a world and your survival depends on your ability to scavenge resources, battle enemies, and form alliances. And survival is not just taken for granted in this game. You gotta resource things like food, different supplies, and sometimes even oxygen. And when you're playing this game, you'll have the choice to stay in safe zones where you don't have to worry about death, or into that survival map where you get so many more experience points, rewards, different missions, but if you die, you are back to the basics with your starting loadout, so it adds for some different, more fun complexity to the game. Now, in terms of backers, we've got some big ones like Huobi Ventures and Alameda Research, as well as having been building for over 5 years now. The game is built on Unreal Engine with spectacular gritty cyberpunk design, amazing graphics, and is available on the Epic Games Store. So we are already over halfway through of these top 5 gems. We've got some 2 big ones coming up soon, including a racing game that's making big waves, as well as a massive 2021 gem where we've heard from the CEO and founder that there's some really big things coming that they haven't told the public yet, so make sure you stay tuned. But I just wanted to take this opportunity to let you know what Funjible Games is. So Funjible Games is an online platform built by Web3 gamers for Web3 gamers, and on the platform itself, you can register, create an account, you can leave your unbiased user reviews, and as a community together, the more games we play, the more unbiased reviews we have, giving players the opportunity to see what games are actually like before they try them. So if you're looking for new crypto games, you can actually use us as a search engine to find new and upcoming games. And also you can do things like find breaking news, see project and founder interviews to find Easter eggs before anyone else, and of course, gaming walkthroughs for when you want to find out how to play your favorite game. Now, back to our list, the next one we have is Mix Mob Racer 1. This is a thrilling racing game combining the best of Mario Kart and Clash Royale, although it's a racing game with trading card game elements all tied into one. So you can build your deck, race robots, enter tournaments, wager on races, and even compete for the SUD token. This is the world's first car racing plus card strategy game, and if they play those cards right, they might just take the internet by storm. Every race you enter isn't just about finishing first, it's about mastering the tracks, finding treasures, and earning rewards that'll help you advance in the game. Now, what's unique about Mix Mob is their spectator mode. So even if you're not racing, you're just watching races, there's still ways to participate and earn. You can bet on the races as well as staking your SUD token. And they've also got a really cool reward system where if you invite a friend and they play one PvP race, you get 300 SUD tokens. With mind-blowing graphics and a seamless experience, Mix Mob Racer is a game that you must try even if you're not a crypto gaming person, because it is just that good. So if this one interests you, make sure you head on over to their website and participate in their Discord. And finally, last but definitely not least, is the game that we've been teasing at from the beginning, and that is Star Atlas. Now, of course, this one isn't a hidden gem because they absolutely blew things out of the park in the last 2021 gaming run, but why we're putting it on the list of hidden gems is because they've just been focusing on doing so much building in the bear market. Fortunately, we were lucky enough to go to several crypto gaming conferences during the past couple-year bear market, and we met Michael Wagner a few times, so we always got to keep up with what was happening behind the scenes in Star Atlas. So you've probably heard about Sage Labs by now, and if you were following the channel in September, you saw us go to Singapore, meet him there, and see the first-person shooter game that they're developing. And not only that, now is the time where they're getting ready to showcase new and evolving parts of the game, and you couldn't find a better time for this than December, January, where it looks like we're gonna have a nice gaming run. Now, for those of you who don't know, let's dive into a little bit more detail from the Star Atlas ecosystem itself. Star Atlas is a sci-fi space exploration game built built using Unreal Engine 5 with exceptionally well-designed and realistic graphics. The goal is to have lifelike, almost Avatar-style graphics as you're exploring space, and within this you can fly spaceships, you can even be the janitor on a starship, you can fly to new planets, explore, mine for resources by physically mining an asteroid, and that there is so much within this game. Sage Starbase is the strategic space exploration game within the Star Atlas metaverse in which you can build, maintain, and command your own fleet of ships to explore the universe. You'll be able to mine resources, craft valuable items, and soon dive into epic space battles. And if you missed our Star Atlas breaking news announcement from last month, they are now having their special carnival event from November 4th into the 21st of February, where you have the opportunity to earn golden tickets and claim incredible prizes with over $4 million in rewards. And here's another one where, of course, we can't tell the future, but given how much they've put into their marketing already, how much they have saved for future marketing pushes, we already know from 2021 their marketing team's good, creating incredible trailers, and the fact that now they've had another 3 years to build so much, and so much is coming out in 2025. This token got absolutely crushed in the bear market and has only recovered very slightly, so there could be some epic potential here. Now, if you want to find more out on Star Atlas, make sure you head on over to our X platform where we have different interviews with Michael Wagner, where he gave us some exclusive details for the future while walking around their setup at Solana Breakpoint. We also caught up with him at Singapore Token 2049, as well as some crypto gaming conferences from just a couple weeks ago. So make sure you head over to that X platform where you can learn more there. And of course, if you haven't already, head on over to Funjible Games, create an account, and leave a review of a crypto game that you've played already. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned because we're going to have another similar style of this video coming up soon.